All right.
There you go, there you go.
And we are live on DentonRadio.com with the Oracle of Information, Lucinda Breeding. Thank you so much for being here.
It's great to be here, as always.
Well, every Monday, if you don't know, we get the awesome opportunity to have the writers from the Denton Record Chronicle come here into the studio, give us a little inside scoop on what's been going on around town, whether we're talking entertainment or sports or business or whatever.
Yep.
If you're wanting to get involved with Denton, this is the show for you. So every Monday at 2 o'clock, we'll have different writers coming in to talk about what's going on right here in the Discover Denton Welcome Center. So today we are talking...
We're talking about materials hard and soft.
Oh, so exciting.
Which sounds like a strange file name on a computer folder, doesn't it? No, but it's actually a really, really significant and special thing. Mm-hmm. This is what I consider the flagship exhibition of the Greater Denton Arts Council, the yearly flagship show. And it's always been a big deal. It's always been a bit of a big deal. For the last 29 years, it's been an American contemporary craft exhibit. This year, the 30th year, it is an international craft exhibition.
Yeah.
Now, you might be wondering, craft, what are you talking about? Craft is sort of an umbrella term for art forms that are very much associated with function. Pottery, quilting, metalwork, glass, garment making, all that kind of stuff, but rendered to such a sort of high spot that it is more decorative than functional. Though I have to say, I have definitely seen art in this exhibit over the last, 20 years that is still functional. I had a great opportunity to talk with the juror, the woman who selected the show. Her name is Joanne Edwards, and she is the director of the Museum of Craft and Design, or Design and Craft, in San Francisco. Cool. So we're talking about a pulse point of American art and American craft. And believe it or not, she looked through about 1,400 submissions from across the globe for this year's show. And she told me, I don't want to give too much away, but she told me that she narrowed this show down to under 100 pieces of art.
Wow.
So,
really narrowed it way down.
Yes, she labored. She labored over this. And she did let me know that you're going to see, if you go to this free exhibition, you're going to see a lot of textile, a lot of quilting, and you're going to see a lot of clay. But also keep your eyes peeled for the jewelry and the glass and the other sorts of craft that we're going to see in the show. I wanted to share a story. My very first story that I wrote for the Denton Record Chronicle 20 years ago was actually about materials hard and soft.
Oh, cool.
So I had no experience with this exhibition. And it kind of sounded a little bit esoteric. It sounded a little bit above my head. So I walked into the gallery, and at that time, the wonderful Sarah Harvey, the associate director of the council, she directed me into the Meadows Gallery, and the first thing I saw was what looked to be a really beautiful teapot and teacups made of felt, made of wool felt.
Wow.
So when you think about the title of the show, Materials Hard and Soft, this is a show that invites artists to share their innovations and their ideas and kind of play on ideas about materials. And sometimes the materials that you see in the show that look like they'd be hard enough to break a walnut over are actually really soft.
Wow.
And then sometimes the material that looks really soft is concrete or glass or pottery. And one of my favorite experiences in reporting on visual art, which can be a little specialized. Let's face it, that can be a little specialized. Twice in my career, I have invited some children to meet me in the Meadows Gallery to walk through materials hard and soft, pick their favorite piece, and then tell me what they think the story is of the piece. Cool. And sometimes you'll have a lovely sculptural piece. I remember one piece was a tree with no leaves, and in the treetops is a boat. And inside the boat is a man lying down. And of course, now I can't remember what the child thought the story was, but it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. But to emphasize, this is one of those free exhibitions that little ones are going to really enjoy. grade school kids are going to enjoy, because they're going to see some stuff that, looks like they can hold it, that really is playful. Some of the work is bound to be funny. I have not seen the show yet. It opens at 6 p.m. on Friday at the Patterson-Appleton Art Center, and that is at 400 East Hickory Street. And that opening reception will go until 8 p.m. And if you're around between, 6:30 and 7:30, that's when Joanne Edwards, the woman who selected the show, will actually announce the prize-winning pieces. And every now and again, there are Denton artists who have art in this show. And it's the submissions are blind, so the juror doesn't know who the artists are.
Right.
And so more than once, we've had Denton artists wind up in the show. It's a great fun. Great for kids. Great to just kind of look through and pick over. And it will run through, I believe, early May. This whole show runs through about early May. And the gallery hours are 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Monday and Wednesday and Friday. Thursday, the folks at the Arts Council, they like to recognize that sometimes all of us don't get off at 5. So they keep the gallery open from 11 in the morning until 9 in the evening. And then Saturday, I believe the gallery is open from 11 till 3, but it's closed on Sunday and Monday. So
very cool.
So, but there's going to be a lot to see. You're going to see some work that's delicate, sturdy, beautiful. And like I said, some of it is bound to be funny. We've had some really playful, funny stuff in this show before.
Very, very cool. Well, Materials Hard and Soft, it's become such a staple of the Greater Denton Arts Council and the PAC and everything that goes on down there. It was so cool last year.
Yes.
It was really cool the year before that. It's always great.
It's always a really great show. And I always like to take a little bit of space in the paper to mention that this is an exhibition that was actually started by a Denton artist, Georgia Goff. And you might be like, that name is ringing a bell. There is a Goff gallery at the Patterson-Appleton Art Center, too. So this is a homegrown exhibit that is now an international show. And I think that says a lot for Denton. I think that says a lot for not just the growth in population here, but the growth in sophistication and risk-taking.
Yeah. Yeah, big on the risk taking.
Yeah,
which is nice. And it's it is so cool to see so much national recognition for Denton and for the arts, and all being centered right here. It's such a cool deal. Awesome. Well, if you want to get more information about any and all of this stuff, make sure you go and get yourself a Denton Record Chronicle. Yep. Of course, you can also go to dentonrc.com. You can check out all of Lucinda's work. She'll get you hooked up on all of the great things going on around here. We're going to wrap things up and jump back into the music. Lucinda, you have anything more to add?
If visual art isn't good for you, Evil Dead the Musical opens at the Black Box on Friday. So
perfect. Awesome.
Sounds
That's
good.
going to be great. All right. Thank you again for tuning in. We will see you guys next Monday.